Welcome back, Officer Republic. Of course, I don't know, Police Chief APGAINS. Arnold already did a video on this hours ago while I was dealing with some personal stuff, and I have a few hours before more stuff comes up. So we're not going to do any of the stuff that he talked about. We're going to put our own twisty gawk 9000 spin on this and cover how this affects different groups of players, different parts of the game, and the broader geopolitical ramifications of this and other things that are changing in Galaxy of Heroes. So before we even talk about the new shipments and the new game mode kind of thing, I want to discuss something that is a point of contention for a lot of people, and that is early Galactic Legends. For the entirety of the history of Galaxy of Heroes, it has been an active detriment to farm Galactic Legends early for an untold number of reasons that we won't go too much into, because I have maybe 10,000 videos put together in a playlist basically ramming on that notion, and it's widely accepted that it was just a terrible idea. But in CG's infinite wisdom, they're changing the way the game works, and thus have effectively eliminated farming guides in the last 18 or so months. And while some people mourn the loss of being able to make a farming guide every 6 months, myself included, it has opened the way for the Cube, which has had multiple updates since even this morning, fixing a lot of problems that you guys were mentioning in recognition of characters that it doesn't have characters in Galactic Legends that you're close to farming. So in a world where you can kind of do anything and it's more important to just fix afterwards, just know that we're continually updating that so that you guys, no matter where you are in the game, mid-game, early game, new players who just started, who've never played before, players who were playing, take a couple years off and came back, there is a solution for you. So essentially what they're doing here is they're incentivizing Galactic Legends, and the reason they're incentivizing Galactic Legends is because, well, let's be perfectly honest, they want you participating in endgame stuff because that keeps you engaged. It fills up the upper ranks, but also leads to spending, which is why things like Lightspeed bundles coming in the store, giving you access to early Galactic Legends, and they're likely, as per speculation, bringing back the same 5 plus maybe like a C Lightspeed bundle. They want you to buy in at a low price point, break the barrier of your free-to-playness, and then pick up spending as you get close. I'm sure you guys all know. You spend on gems to do more refreshes, to get more tickets, and then you spend on to get a couple more pieces of gear, and then a couple more relic levels, and it perpetuates the cycle of spending, which is how these games stay alive, and that's absolutely okay. So I expect, and I think most people do as well, that with the addition of this new store incentivizing Galactic Legends, there's going to be a drastic increase in the ways in which they allow you to acquire them. Ideally, it's going to mostly be, well, ideally for them, I guess, it's mostly going to be via spending. So expect, increases in, bundles that give you access to older Galactic Legends that maybe they don't anticipate making too much money off now, giving you an opportunity to spend a couple of bucks and get into that cycle. What does that mean for the players who are totally free to play? Because obviously you're going to get great value, and if they offer you $10 for a Galactic Legend, I think you should take it if you can spend $10. If you're truly 100% free to play, especially if their recent changes to Grand Arena, which are happening like right now, and if those hold, I still think if you're a true free-to-play player, there's no real rush. Yes, it's nice. You're going to get a couple extra shards during including Proving Grounds here, but realistically speaking, like if you don't have Maul, if you have 0 of 330 shards, you get 300 every month from having one Galactic Legend. So if you spend 9 months of your life farming Galactic Legend, you'll get 2 extra shards of Maul a month, which is a great supplement, don't get me wrong. But, I mean, if you're not 4 million GP, you're not getting big boosts in Proving Grounds, which are going to go 20 at a time. And if you don't have multiple Galactic Legends, you're not going to be farming these very fast. So while we're in a post-farming guide world, and you can quite literally do whatever you want as long as you understand the core concept of the game and how to bring your roster back into a balanced fashion after you farm whatever you want to farm. If your incentive for going early Galactic Legends is to get 2 extra shards of one conquest character once a month. It's not, the juice is not worth the squeeze in that case. This is more of a supplement for people who have established accounts with 1 or 2 Galactic Legends and are buying Lightspeed bundles, so they're getting 600, 900 a month to give them access to, you know, maybe they get 1,200 and they're getting 8 extra shards a month on top of the 20 from the Proving Grounds. You know what I'm saying? So I think there's a little bit of unrealistic expectations for people who are going to say, you know, give me Galactic Legends for this exact purpose. Yes, having Galactic Legends is nice, but again, with what Grand Arena was, it's still probably better to continue to have a good, fundamentally well-rounded roster, farm your ships, farm your core 8, farm your backbone, get a Galactic Legend in there, and just, you know, be a good, solid player. And then if GAC is changing in the fashion in which they say that it's changing, it becomes even more valuable to be a well-rounded player, because you're going to be playing other well-rounded players, and having a good, strong, you know, having options has always been the Grand Arena meta, because you don't want to, you know, spend 6 to 9 months of your life and all your resources pigeonholing yourself into one playstyle that might not work against a variety of rosters. So, farm your Galactic Legends. Get the Lightspeed bundles if you can spend 10 to 20 bucks. But this should not at all be panicking people into totally switching up their farms and, you know, prioritizing Galactic Legends in the early game. It's still a bad value proposition, and this is kind of just an extra bonus if you bought the Lightspeed bundle, or if you have established Galactic Legend. Like for myself, I don't even know, how many do I have? I have 3? 4? I don't know. I have JML, JMK, and Ray, and I'm going to have Leia in a month. So I'll have 4, so I'll get my 1,200. The first thing that came to my mind when they dropped this was quite literally, like, I'm missing like 6 shards of Ben Swolo. And if I can get 1,200, yeah, that's exactly, I'll have 4 Galactic Legends. I'll get 1,200 tickets. I'll get just enough to get Ben Swolo so that I can put my Jedi Turning Ray back on my Star Killer, because I have a really shitty Star Killer team because I'm not farming visas, and then I can flex Ben Swolo over to, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the first thing that came to my mind. This is a rich get richer mechanic. It's not a, you know, pull the free to play up from the depths of despair up to where, you know, the grass is greener and the lords drink all night long and party and bang hooers and kill jesters and all that stuff. This is a nice to have. This is a rich get richer. And I like it, and I will never complain that they're going to give me extra ability to farm characters from Conquest, because, I mean, it's day 4 of, we have 4 days left of Conquest, and I'm in the middle of Sector 3, and some people have said, you know, APGAINS, you have so much shit going on, you know, we don't expect you to Conquest, but this is just about par for the course. Even in my normal day-to-day sadness, I'm a slow Conquest player, and I'm not a Conquest buyer of these things, generally speaking. So for players like me and players who, you know, like a little bit of extra sauce on their pizza, it's a nice little bonus. Thank you guys so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel. We just hit 30,000 subscribers. We're the first Galaxy of Heroes channel that hit 30,000 subscribers in, I don't know, like 3 or 4 years. But also subscribe to the Patreon, because you can test out the cube while it gets iterated pretty much every day, and it'll be awesome, and I'll give you big kisses. Okay, bye-bye.